friends, I'm Jennifer Scott and welcome to my channel. If you're like me, maybe skincare obsessed, a makeup junkie, then this might be the channel for you. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you know I recently did a Sephora mini haul. Well, today we're going to do a try-on of all those products. And I may have gone back to Sephora one more time. So when I went back, I wanted another foundation because you may remember, if you've watched before, that I like the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk in the 4.5. That's a great shade for me. However, because I haven't been outside this summer, and even though I am very pink undertoned, this foundation matches my face perfectly, but there is a bit of a discrepancy from like neck, chest, and isn't that the goal, to blend and look natural? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, look natural. Anyway, went to Sephora, talked to a couple of the girls there. I said I wanted the same sort of coverage and overall finish as the Giorgio Armani. So they took me to the Dior Forever Skin Glow. It's the color 2CR. So it's still a cool red. I guess that's what that's for. Now this one here says 24-hour wear, radiant perfection, skin caring foundation with sunscreen, lasting hydration, broad spectrum SPF 35. Whew, they tell you a lot, don't they? All right, so a couple things. I never wear foundation for 24 hours, so I don't care that it's 24-hour wear. Whatever. Skin caring, okay, I'll take that any day. And then with sunscreen. Now here's the thing. Even though it says it's an SPF 35, you're not using enough to actually get the protection of a 35, so wearing a sunscreen underneath is really going to give you your actual full protection. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not going outside today. We're just doing this together. So I also bought something else that I had my eye on. It is the Patrick Ta Major Brow Shaping Wax. So if you've paid attention, or maybe you haven't seen my previous videos, go back and watch. I have an ongoing battle with my brows. Ugh, and I always lose. So Patrick Ta, you know, that makeup artist genius, has his own line. And this brow wax is to be combed through your brows after you've applied all your products, basically to hold them in place. So we're going to put this to the test and see if it really works, because, I mean, if it works, I'm here for every second of that brow wax. I think it was $20. Now I do know some people are actually using soap, maybe like glycerin soaps, anything with a more waxy texture, and they do, you know, rub a spoolie through the soap and then brush that through their eyebrows. I'm not quite there yet. I'm going to start with the wax and see how that goes. So foundation, brow wax, new beauty blender. This is the blue one. I think it's kind of a limited edition. It is super squishy. I feel like it's squishier than the pink one, so we'll see how it is. Now, the last thing I had to get, I spent $94 on these 3 products. Stupid, I know. Looking for something for $6? You know that little checkout aisle where they have all those little impulse items? That's where I went. And I got a lip pencil. This is a Sephora brand. I don't even know if it has the color on here. But it's a nice pink. And I thought, yep, that'll be good. Oops. Ooh, it crumbles a little bit. But I think that's a nice shade, especially for my fall lip look. So we're going to give that a shot. Already the tip broke off, so I don't know how I feel about the quality on that, but we'll see. But that was $6, so I got to an exact $100. Game, set, match. Okay, so let's begin. First thing we want to do is prime the face. I always want to prime. And today I'm going to fill my pores. Now, you're probably looking at me and you're like, oh, she looks like a greasy glazed donut. It's because I hate to have all the skincare on today. Met with my trainer this morning, worked out hard with a mask on, came home, showered, got rid of all of that sweat. Woo, gosh, have you tried working out with a mask on? It is a job. Now I'm using the Professional from Benefit, the pore filling primer. I use this right mainly in my T-zone where I have larger pores. I do work on my pore size using BHA, specifically salicylic acid, which is basically your main BHA. I use that every day, and I think it's made an enormous improvement on the size of my pores. Your pores don't really shrink. It's when they're clogged that they actually look more open. So if you keep them clear, they will look smaller. And you can just use a little bit of primer to fill in for a poreless looking face. Isn't that what we all want? Looking poreless. Okay, that's feeling good. Now, because I have so much skincare on and my face is a little bit tacky, I'm not going to go in with an all over primer. Usually for me, the skincare works great. So next up is going to be that new foundation that I told you about. Now, I told you it was the color C2CR. This is 1 fluid ounce, so that's, you know, a basic size, although I have been noticing some of them are getting a little smaller in size. I see you. I'm going to put a couple pumps on my new beauty blender. You know what we should do? This hair. Let's just get it out of the way. I know these clips work decently. Oh gosh, adorable. All right, now we're going to go in. My mirror's over here, of course. I am blind as a bat. I do know that the reflection from my ring light in my glasses is super annoying. I'm working on that. This is all a work in progress. I mean, how do you like my studio? It's really my bedroom. My husband encouraged me to rearrange the bedroom, so we did. Freed up a corner, and now I have a studio. So, this is going on nicely. Not mad at it so far. For me, the test is usually wearability. How long does it stay before it starts breaking up? Now, usually, I don't like a foundation that breaks up at all. We will break up if you break up on my face. I just don't have time for that. That's why I love the Armani, because it doesn't break up on me. And sometimes you just have to pay the money. Sometimes you have to pay the money. I will say for a long time, I used to use the L'Oreal Pro Matte. Longwear Pro Matte, I think it's called. And I loved it. Loved it. Now, I will say it's not a perfect match for my skin. You know, I told you my skin tone changes all the time. I don't. Does it happen to you? Does your skin tone change? Maybe it's just me. So, I do still have it in my drawer. Because it is a Pro Matte, I don't wear it that often because I don't always want a very matte look. I like a satin look. I want to be not dewy, but I don't want to be completely flat. Now I'm feeling like this color on camera is looking very different from my chest, and that was not what I wanted when I asked for a new color, but we'll see, because sometimes as it warms up, it does change on your skin. Sometimes they oxidize. Now, because this has sunscreen in it, I'm going to have to keep an eye on how my skin reacts to it, you know, as I wear it over the coming days. Because sometimes some sunscreens will break me out, and I'm not going to spend this kind of money on a foundation if it's going to make me break out. Heck, I'm not going to spend $7 on a foundation if it's going to make me break out. So, let's see how my coverage is. Yeah, it's very luminous so far. Do you see that? And I don't know. Now, of course I'll set it. I'm going to use powder. I'm not an animal. But it is seeming a little more dewy. But let's give her a shot. Everyone deserves a shot on this channel. Okay, there we go. I think that's pretty well blended. Now I'm going to go in with my basic everyday Dior Forever Skin Correct concealer in the color 1N. So it's a neutral shade. Did I literally just get some of this on my white dress? Probably. All right, we're just going to use a little bit. See that? And then down the nose and a little bit in between the Cupid's bow and then a little bit on the chin. If you've seen any of my previous videos, there's 2, maybe 3, who I lost count. Becoming a blur. I've actually filmed a lot, I just haven't uploaded them yet. My current schedule is I'll be uploading on Wednesdays and Fridays at 12:15, but I think I'm going to throw Mondays in because I am able to make that happen, I think. And you know what? The more viewing hours I get, the more views I get, the better it is for my channel. So I'm going to try and upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12:15. Ring the bell for notifications, subscribe. That way you'll know when I upload. Okay, so I do like to press in my concealer first with my fingers. I feel like it just gets in there very nicely. And then I go over it with my beauty blender to smooth out and blend the edges so it's seamless. Now, let's do our forehead. So we have some brightening down the center of the nose. Cute, cute, cute. Get this here and our chin. How are we looking? About as good as can be expected. Okay. Next thing we're going to go in is with a new powder. I'm so excited. This is the Hourglass Veil translucent powder. I'm so excited to try this. Now, I've been a Laura Mercier translucent powder user for a long time. So switching it up, yeah, I'm totally here for that. Which brush do I want to use? That's something else I should go over with you all sometime, is cleaning your brushes. It's so important to keep them clean. Oh, cats. Does anyone else have cats? I don't know what happens. Anyway, keeping your brushes clean is huge. Keeping your brushes clean actually keeps you from having breakouts. It's not always your products that give you breakouts. It's sometimes your dirty tools. So keep that in mind. Okay, so here is the powder. Oops, there was the powder. I'm not sure how much we need, so I will swirl my brush in here, kind of tap it off. I don't need a powder explosion on my face, and I don't know what this is going to be like. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, here we go. Under the eye first to set. Around the nose. Get this. I'm going to just get everywhere because I just felt like this foundation was a little more dewy than I would normally use. Now, because I'm going everywhere, I'm not going to go in with any cream products. I don't trust cream products over powders. It is a skill to be able to do that. Plus, you really have to know which cream powders are willing, or which cream products are willing to work well with powders. And I'm in no mood. Oh God, I cannot keep my words together. Sorry, I'm in no mood today to do any experimenting with my creams over powder. So we are just gonna go with all powders from here on out, since we are set. Ooh, that's a nice powder. It is a nice powder. I feel like it doesn't make me completely matte, that it gives kind of a glow. Who doesn't want a glow? I didn't need a lot. Now you saw how much I put in there and then I was tapping it off. So there's still plenty in here. I mean, honestly, that's probably like doing my face 2 more times. So I'm not mad at that. I am going to just go around the edge though, because messy. And I'll just go in my corners. So along my nose and my chin, and then in between my brows. The places that you're always moving. Ooh. I'm going to make sure everything is set nicely. I feel like it is. Still not sure how I feel about this color. That's a great thing about Sephora, and actually Ulta too. Lots of places nowadays. If you buy something and you're not happy with it and you've used, I think it's like less than half of the product, you can return it. No questions asked. Have your receipt, have your original packaging. It's not a problem. Okay. I'm sorry you keep having to look at the top of my head. If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. She janky. Mama apologizes. Okay, now because I can't use my favorite Chanel bronzer, I'm going to go in with a powder bronzer. Now, I think I showed you in a previous video that I love the Hourglass bronzer in Radiant Bronze Light. See how it's like marbled? So you get a couple colors. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Tap, tap, tap. And just go around the perimeter of the face, because that's where I want to look like, oh, she isn't a ghost. She does go outside. She doesn't go outside. Although, this past week, my family had rented, my mother-in-law had rented a cottage in a nearby lake. So I did get to spend some time sitting on the dock, smelling the water, watching the boats, having a couple cocktails. So I did get a little bit of color. It wasn't even my intention. But you know what? As much as I love my skincare and keeping wrinkles and brown spots at bay, I'm not going to give up life's special moments. Spending time with my family, sitting on a dock, enjoying a beautiful lake. I'm not giving it up. Nope. Nope, nope. Okay, so I think the face, do we get that nose? And down the sides. I think the face is pretty warmed up. A little bit more in the center. What do you think? Are we warm? Okay, I think we're warm. Now, because I didn't buy a new cheek color, I'm going to go in with one of my classic standbys. It is Becca in Flower Child. You're going to see how much of a standby she is. Yep, hit pan on it. I love this color. It's between a pink and a peach, so it is a little warmer on my skin, but still brightening and fresh. I always want to keep a rosy glow. However, because I'm went in with a lot of bronze powder, I'm going to keep kind of that corally shade going for more of a neutral summertime glow. And as always, I go over my bronzer with my blush, tip of my nose, and on my chin. I always make, you know when I'm doing my cheeks? Now everyone's cheek shapes are different, so you have to do what works for you. But when I do mine, I always think of the Nike swoosh. I'm like, swoosh, go down and up. Right? It just kind of works for my face shape and my cheekbone structure. Girl, you do you. Half the time I'm doing me, kind of messy. Like this hair. Do you see like this wiggly mess? This is my natural hair. I'm not fighting it today. I'm just going to work with it. All right, the next thing we're going to go in with is the Natasha Denona eye palette that I bought. Oh, aren't those colors so pretty? So yeah, we're going to give those a shot. I always go in first with an eye primer. It's always the same exact thing. I know she's boring. It's the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. It's long wearing, keeps my shadows from moving or fading. It's always going to be part of my prep, as long as they don't change the formula. That's always the death of things for me, when they change the formula. I had a lip product from Bite that I loved. I want to say it was called the Agave Lip Mask, but I could be wrong. That might be something else. But it was a wonderful lip balm, and they changed the formula. So now I can't buy that anymore. So MAC, please don't change the formula. All right. That's on. Oh, we're going to go in with our new palette. So, I'm going to take a fluffy brush and go in. That's not as fluffy as I like. Here we go. This one's fluffy. I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to go in with the neutral shade, my transition color. Okay. Do you see that? Do you see that? There's a lot of like kickoff. Now, usually that's because it's a high pigment powder. You see there's always something going on. It's usually, okay, so the kick up that we were getting from touching on here, you see all that extra dust? Like I said, it's because usually the powder is high pigment, and that's what pigments do. Let's see how we feel about that. I normally don't mind the high kick up as long as there's a good color payoff when it goes on my eyes. If I put it on and I'm not seeing anything, then we might be breaking up. But right now, as a transition shade goes, this is really pretty. Very natural. I think would work well on just about any skin tone. Okay, so I go all the way into the nose and all the way out, windshield wiper motions. Do a little bit more on the outside here, going just slightly past the tail of my eyebrow, and going all the way up almost to the top, well, leaving a little space between my eyebrow and where I would put the highlight shade. Okay. So that's fine. It's a nice transition shade. We'll do the other side. There we go. Transition shade done. Next, I'm going to go in with a smaller, kind of a tighter, fluffier brush. And I'm going to go in with that green shade. I'm going to use it on the outer corner and a little bit going up into my crease. And I'm only doing a light swath of color because I want to look kind of natural today. As natural as I look with makeup on. Okay, let's do the other side. Going in and up into the crease. And I'm going to bring it out just a little bit, not too much, and back down. Okay, I like it. I like it. I mean, who knew green could be neutral? Honestly, I feel like every color can be neutral. It's just what, you know, what sort of pressure you apply with. You see how I'm holding the brush kind of towards the end? That allows me to use lighter pressure. If you hold the brush down here, you're going to use heavier pressure and you're going to apply more product more intensely. So I usually try to stick with the end of the brush. That way my pressure gives me a lighter application, and I can always go back and add more if I want, but it's really hard to take away. Oh, I like that. Now, what should we do? I want to do on the lid either this kind of pinky tone or this here kind of peachy tone. I think I'm going to go with this one here. Now, because it is a shimmer, for me, I find that they usually work best if I just put them on the finger. Can you see that color? Yep. Beautiful neutral. I'm going to go on the center of the lid just to wake up my eyes. A little more, because when it comes to shimmer, let's face it, this girl wants to shimmer and shine. All right, let's do the other lid. In the center, going up a little bit. Shimmer and shine, my friends. Shimmer and shine. Oh, I think that's so pretty. So pretty. Yep, I'm happy with it. Now let's see. Am I having fallout on my face? Nope. I gotta say though, so far, I'm not loving this foundation. I can feel it on my face. And I think that's probably because of the sunscreen. And I may be going back to Sephora to exchange this, because I don't like to feel my foundation on my face. I just don't. Isn't that, I mean, of course you think you're gonna feel it. Not always. I'm gonna take a smaller, tighter brush, and I'm gonna go back into the green shade here. And I'm gonna do under my eyes from the outside corner about halfway in. I'm not looking to have a dramatic eye, but I want a blend. I want it to look seamless and like there's a nice continuity here. So it's just a little. I don't think it's very heavy. And then I'm going to go back with another Now, this is a slightly fluffier brush. Always got to get the cat hair off it. And I'm going to go back into that neutral shade, tap off excess, and I'm going to go just over the green, all the way, corner to corner. And I think that'll just blend. Yeah, that is a nice, makes for a nice blend of the colors. Now, have I mentioned that I am blind as a bat? That's why you see me with my glasses on, and I haven't been able to wear contacts for years. My cornea's changed. It was a whole thing. So they told me I couldn't wear contacts anymore. Well, for you guys, I think I'm going to get contacts just to wear for filming. As much as I would love to wear them daily, because I think I look prettier without glasses. Who doesn't want to look prettier? It just, I don't think it's in the cards for me anymore. So, but for filming, because I know how annoying the ring lights are in my glasses, trust me, when I'm editing, oh, makes me crazy. So I feel bad for you. All right, let me take a closer look and see how I'm feeling about my progress. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with what's happening now. I think I need a brow bone highlight and an inner corner highlight. So let's do that. Now my go-to is always been, not always been, but for quite some time now has been the Toddy Beauty palette, which I've shown you before, Volume 1. I wish she would come out with Volume 2. Oh, God. But YouTube drama being what it is, I don't know how many of you are familiar with Toddy. You should get familiar with her. She's amazing. But she's kind of going through her own things right now, so we haven't gotten our subsequent palettes. Anywho, I'm going to use this beautiful metallic up here for my inner corner, just to wake up those eyes. It just makes such a difference on my face when I use the inner corner highlight. And sometimes when I'm doing a super basic face, I still do the inner corner highlight. I'm talking one shade, mascara, that's it on the eyes. The inner corner highlight is the game changer. All right. I'm going to do the brow bone a little bit, but I do have to do my eyebrows. Ooh, those eyebrows. So, let me just hit the brow bone a little bit. And I'll probably go back and touch it up after the eyebrows. Now, I don't know if you remember, or if you saw, but I bought the brow micro-filling pen from Benefit in the shade 1, I think it is, oh, blonde. So, I have tried this once to see how I liked it, and we're going to do it again together and see if I still like it. Now, I will say, my brow game is a mess. I just have thin, sparse, blonde eyebrows. They don't, and you know, every now and then there's a hair that's like, burr, burr, burr. What? Come on, come on. So I do what I can, but I use a lot of brow products. So today I'm going to use the microfilling pen. I'm also going to use the Precisely My Brow pencil. Of course, I'm going to use the Patrick Ta wax. And I think I might use the powder end of the brow styler in the shade 1, which is a blonde. We'll see. I don't know if the wax and the powder will go well together. Let's see. It's an experiment. We're all learning together. All right, so first I'm going to outline my brows, make sure I get my shape going, and some filling in. What? Where's my product? There was product the other day. It's gone. Luckily, the last time I made a purchase of that product, I was able to get a second littler one for free. I always have brow backups. Listen, you can do a whole beautiful face. If your brows aren't done, you ain't done. Well, at least for me, I'm not done. Because, well, blonde, sparse, patchy. For those of you with like those thick, gorgeous brows, oh, when all you have to do is just comb through and maybe use a little gel, what do we call this? A brow setter. Maybe just doing that. I'm so envious of you. Because this goes on for a while. All right, first things first, let's get out our mirror for up close. And let's see how we do. I'm going to shape my brow, drawing in the fine lines of hairs if they were actually there. Going to give an outline for the shape I would like my brow to be. There's that one hair that just wants to go this way. Ugh. And make a tail where one should be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm liking this foundation. I feel very shiny. I feel kind of greasy. All right, let's comb this through. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a good brow day. It does not. Okay, there's that one. Now we're going to go in with my new, seriously, where'd she put it? So much stuff on this table. Things fall. All right, now we're going in with the micro defining pen, the one that has the 3 little prongs that gives us like our little hair-like strokes. Let's do it. I will say, I had stored it standing upright, and I went to use it and I was like, ooh, this is dried out, or drying out. So I think I'm going to be storing it face down. You know what? I'm not loving this brow day. This is going to take a lot of work. All right, let's comb it through again. Under here, I'm not thrilled with what's happening here. Let's get a Q-tip and try and clean that up before it dries. We'll reshape it. Now, you know what you can always do is take concealer on like a flat brush, just a little concealer, and go in and then shape out your brow. I don't normally do that. I have sometimes. I'd rather not, because listen, I want this to be an everyday look. This isn't really my super glamorama going out in the town, although it easily could be. Don't get me wrong. But me and the brows aren't going to get along today. I just feel it. I'm going to do the other one, and I'm going to come back to you. Hi there, I'm back. You will never guess what the Hot Mess Express did. I left my air conditioner on, so I have a feeling you've been hearing the noise, and I'm so sorry about that. So anyway, I was going to go back and finish my brow, but I do want to follow up real quickly. Still not liking this foundation, and as I go along, I see things that I want to improve upon. You don't have to be done with a step. And so I took a look at my blush, not really liking what's happening here, so I'm going to go back in and fix it. You know what? I'm never really done. There's always more. Always more. I'm just going to brighten it up. I just felt like it was looking empty there, and I don't know if that was because I went back and looked at my footage after I realized that I had the air conditioner running, and I wanted to see how bad it was. Hopefully I can correct that when I do my editing. But in the meantime, I'm tidying up my blush, and I do want to go back with my translucent setting powder from Hourglass, and I'm going to go under. This is a basic powder brush. It's domed, so it's fine for, you know, if you want to use it for a blush. It is a little bigger, so actually there's excess powder in the cap. I'm just going to use that, and I'm going to use a little bit from here. Tap it off, and I'm going to go under my cheek. It kind of helps to define the area a little better. Now, if I was super crazed about this, I could actually bake that area. I could put like a thick line of powder, let it sit while I was doing the rest of my makeup, and then wipe it off when I'm done. I'm not feeling that right now, but I do want to go back in around and just make sure that I'm not looking super shiny, which I feel like I am, and I think it's this foundation. I think that because of the sunscreen in it, which has been a problem for me in the past with other foundations, I think that's going to give me this glow that I honestly, I don't need that much glow. So we'll wear it for today. We'll see how we like. It might be going back. Never feel afraid to take your products back, because honestly, Sephora wants you to have the best experience you can have, because a happy customer keeps on shopping. Case in point. So I'm going to go do my other brow like I previously promised, and I will be back. And I'm back. So we're going to go in, every time girl, with the Patrick Ta Brow Wax. Now, I buy these little spoolies from Amazon. Stop it with the mirror, girl. Just these little spoolies. You get a 2-pack. I feel like there's, I don't know, 100 or 200 of them in there. And I think it was like $10. And it's nice because they are disposable. I use them a lot. For a while, I was using, what is the oil? Oh, I wish I could think of it right now. Castor oil. I was using castor oil on my eyebrows because, well, some say that that helps promote the growth of hairs in your eyebrows. I tried that, so I was using these, dipping one in every night and combing it through. I didn't see much progress. I have a feeling you have to do it for like months. So anyway, I have these. I'm running it through this here wax. The wax is very firm, so I don't know if it needs to be warmed up a little bit, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But let's give it a shot. So I'm going to just comb it through my eyebrows lightly, because I don't know how much this product is going to lay down. Comb, comb, comb. Okay, they seem to be staying in place. The real test is how long, I'm going to go back in. The real test is how long they stay in place. I mean, are you going to last the day? I feel like for me, most of these setting type situations for brows, they do last the day, but especially like the gels can sometimes look a little crusty and crunchy. I don't want that. So that's why I thought using the wax might be a better alternative. Okay, I'm not mad at this. We'll see how it goes. Now, like I said before, I do want to do highlighting under my brow again, because where does she put things? Because I hadn't finished doing my eyebrows. So I'm going to go back in with the color Aura. That is the matte kind of vanilla shade on the Toddy Beauty Volume 1 palette, and just highlight. Highlight, highlight, highlight. Okay. Now, just because I can't help myself, I am going to go back in my original Natasha Denona palette to that neutral shade. This here kind of peachy shade. I'm going to go back in there, and I'm just going to buff it through again. I just want to make sure that everything is blended nice and that that color is still there. I know. Extra steps. When does she stop? But I want to make sure it's right. And I always go with my neutrals. I do all the way down into the socket near the nose. I just think for my face shape, that makes a difference in how my eye look looks overall. All right. I think, even though I didn't get a new product for this, I am going to use a dark shadow right in the lashes. I'm not doing an actual eyeliner. I am just going to press a dark shadow into the lash line so that it'll emphasize my lashes when I put on my mascara. So I just use a flat definer brush like that. I'm actually going to use the Toddy palette since I have it here. Why not? I could actually use, you know what? Let's use the green from here and see if it works. Since this is our new palette, why not? Normally I would use like a dark brown, but let's see how the green works in the lash line, because you never know. Something surprise you. So let's look. I'm going to just push it into the lash line. Kind of make my lashes appear darker than they are. And I go from outer corner to inner corner. Okay, not bad, not bad. I think it's nice, especially for daytime. It's not severe, it's not overpowering, but it does make my lashes appear to be fuller, or maybe just darker than what they really are. And I'm all for making things better than what they really are. I'm just going to get here on this outer corner one more time. There. I like it. I like it. I'm glad I did go in with that green. Okay. Now, I don't know, I haven't shown you this before, but I do like to do this. I like to go and comb through my eyelashes after I put on eyeshadow, because I don't want any of the extra powder and pigment from my shadow colors to just be laying on my lashes. I don't want that getting into my tube of mascara, because I feel like that's where you start and get your clumps from, when you have, you know, random debris getting in there. So I do like to comb out my lashes. Get those bottom ones. Okay, there we go. It's an extra dumb little step, and sometimes I forget to do it, but it does make a difference, I feel. So today, I'm not going to use the mascaras that I purchased. If you remember, where are they? Where are they? Oh, if you remember, from my Sephora mini haul, I had purchased 2 mascaras. I got YSL, the Shock, and I got Tom Ford, a motion proof mascara. They're going to be used in an upcoming video. My high-low series, I'm going to be facing off high-end mascaras versus, well, lower price mascaras. I do have a couple that I've already purchased, so keep a lookout for that video. And from time to time, if you notice the products change over here, well, sometimes it's just because I think they look pretty there. And sometimes it's because there's going to be an upcoming video featuring those products. In this case, that's an upcoming video. So I'm going to go in with my tried and true L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. Listen, for a mascara at the drugstore, I like holy grail, hands down, best purchase you can make at the drugstore. I love this mascara. I think it ranks well with my high end. Could I just stop playing with this and making noise? Honest to Christ, she's such a mess. Anyway, I think this ranks up there with top mascaras of all times. So get it, girl. I mean, if you want voluminous, longer looking, fuller lashes, if you already have them, so jealous. Anyway, here we go. Curling, applying the mascara. Do you need to see that? I'll give you a little bit and then I'll come back to you. Hi there. You know what I just noticed when I was up close and personal, which is really how I do my makeup mostly, is I have some fallout, and I think it might have been from when I applied the shadow as the eyeliner. Just take a powder brush that has very little powder on it, because you don't need to be disturbing what you already laid down, and just sweep it away. Light-handed, and it won't leave any streaks. There we go. Back to our regular scheduled program. Mascara. Lashes are curled. I go in at the base pretty heavy because, like I say, I don't really use eyeliner except for the shadow. And then I pull it through. And I tease the corner lashes out. I pull them in an outward motion because I think That makes a very pretty eye look. I think it kind of elongates and opens the eye. I did get a little bit down here in the inner corner. I'm gonna let it dry, and then I can flick it away with either a clean makeup brush, or I can kind of roll it away with a clean Q-tip. All right, now the lashes are done. We're pretty much almost finished. We're in the home stretch. Now I'm debating back and forth on using highlighter. I always use highlighter, but I feel like this foundation is so glowy. I am gonna do the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, my Cupid's bow. The blush that I use from Becca is a little glowy, so I don't think I'm going to put more glow on top of glow. I think it's going to be too much. So let's just do the bridge of our nose and the tip. Here we go. I'm going to use, you know what? I used this last time. Let's shake it up. Let's use another one of my favorites, a Natasha Denona Super Glow. Look at that package. Sorry about the reflection. This is in the shade 02 Light Medium, and it is a champagne beigey color. It's a huge pan. Like, you see all that product that's in there? I'll have this forever. So I'm just going to go down the bridge of my nose, back and forth a little bit, go back in, and dot the tip of my nose. Put the exclamation point on. And a little bit on the Cupid's bow. Here we go. That's all I'm doing for highlighter. I just feel glowy enough today. Now I'm going to go in with the Sephora Mini Lip Liner to Go that I got for $6 in the checkout line. I don't know if this has a color on it. Oh, Rosewood. Okay. All right, Rosewood. Now you remember at the beginning of the video when I put it on my arm, it kind of crumbled a little bit. Let's hope we have a better result second time around. Maybe it just needed to be warmed up. Okay, here we go. I like the color. It didn't fall apart. We'll keep it in rotation, see how it works. I think it's going to be more of a fall shade for me because it is a little darker than what I normally wear in the summer, but that's okay. And now we're going to go in, hopefully, with my final product from my mini haul purchases. It's the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in the color Promiscuous, which is like a magenta-y color, which is just fine with the lip liner I used. I think the lip liner is more of a neutral raspberry, and this is more of a bright raspberry. So let's go in. What is that crumble? Where did that come from? That's not like you, NARS. Oh, I like that very much. A matte raspberry lip. Yeah, I'm never mad at that. I hope you like it. All right, so let's sum up what happened here today. I believe I used all my purchases. I don't think I missed anything. Let's take these out. Who knows what this hair is going to do? She's the boss of me. I'm not the boss of her. So I think this is a really pretty look for fall with like a deeper eye. I think this Natasha Denona palette is a winner. I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of this. I think I may even do just like a full neutral one day with just the 3 neutral shades. I think that'll be pretty. I think the skin is a little more glowy than I normally do, but the foundation, I don't know, I've complained about it several times now. I think that's giving us all a clue where I'm headed with this. I do love what's going on with my lips. My brow situation, well, you be the judge, because I'm my harshest critic on these curls. Jesus. But this was my Sephora mini haul try-on. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you would like to see more videos like this, please also let me know. Please click subscribe, ring the bell. That way you'll know when I upload. 2, hopefully 3 times a week. Wednesday, Friday, for sure. Hoping to bring in Mondays. Thanks so much for being with me. I'm Jennifer Scott. I'm still janky, but I hope you'll still come back. Thanks so much for being here.